Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. So looking at this coin Bitcoin price action, you can see right now the price of Bitcoin is actually heading towards our final destination of 28,600, which we have been calling since early of December. I showed you with this price structure here. The first target for this month is going to be this 22,000. The second target was 24,000 and the final no-brainer target was this 28,600. And right now, since the price is also heading towards our final destination, what kind of scenario are we actually expecting? Because if we look at this price structure here and go back to previous scenario of Bitcoin, every time when you see this price reaching the R3 line, this was also the monthly R3 line, we saw this price pullback. And if you look at another scenario where we had this, for example, a small pullback, but after reaching this R3 line or before reaching the R3 line, we did saw some pullback here as well. For example, you can see price did came to the R3 line, it went a bit higher, but after that you can see we had this price pullback. So what I'm actually trying to say, since the price of Bitcoin has almost reached our final destination of 28,600, there might be a possibility of some pullback. Because if you look at this here, another example, this massive move, just like in our case right now, this here from 2019 June, this scenario looks pretty similar to our, and you can see here as well, price came exactly at this monthly R3 price level, and after that we saw this price pullback. So what I'm actually trying to say is be careful, because the price is almost around the monthly R3 target line, and now you can also see this kind of weak rejection. So what I'm actually trying to say here is don't wait for price to exactly come at this 28,600. Be happy even if you are actually taking some profit out around this 28,400. I'm not saying the price has to correct. Understand this, price could go even higher, but in most of the cases after reaching the R3 line, the price has shown some price pullback. And also if we look at this parabolic graph scenario, which I also mentioned on my yesterday's video, so this is what I actually showed you yesterday, this parabolic curve scenario and this step-like formation. I said you that this price movement, what we are witnessing around this base 3 area, this massive and this parabolic move, which is exactly like what is shown here in this example, because you can see at the end point of base 3 indicated by the X symbol, the stock could double in the shortest period of time, and this is exactly what we are witnessing. So since we have now already reached the base 4 area, this final move, what we are witnessing right now, the final destination of 28,600, which I just showed you with the CPI analysis, this could be an area where we have to be very careful, because as I said, price could go even higher. It doesn't mean that it has to correct, but still looking at this parabolic curve scenario and also the CPR, in most of the cases we have seen some price pullback. So I just want you guys to be careful right now. And also if you look at this in real time, you can see guys, so this is actually what a parabolic curve look like. I have already talked about this on yesterday's video, and also right now looking at this area, we are arriving this base 4 price level. So after base 4, as you can see in the previous example, there was another move here to the upside and then a sell point, I mean the price pullback, right? So if this is going to be another case in our scenario guys, then we should see a move here like this and a pullback around this base 3 area. This base 3 area pullback could be around 20,000 to 19,700, and I'm not saying that this has to happen, but in parabolic curve scenario this has happened in most of the cases, because you know right now after reaching this we could see some sort of a rejection and also pullback. So this pullback doesn't mean that it has to correct all the way right down here, but we can also see small pullback, again price trying to re-enter this area, right? And again in this manner could also happen, the pullback I mean. So this is also one scenario where I actually like to show you in today's analysis. And also before I switch the chart, I want to show you how you can implement this CPI indicator on your chart, because recently many people are asking me like, hey Anup, which CPI indicator are you using and why is your CPI so different than ours? So right now if you go to the indicator guys, you can see just type CPR space and then scroll a bit downward. You can see the one I'm actually using is the pivot point CPR with monthly, weekly, daily, high low from Gomati Shankar. So just double click on it. In your case, it must look like this, but what you can do is you can filter it. I mean, if you are using this CPR for daily time frame, I like to use the monthly CPR. If your time frame is like, for example, hourly time frame, then I like to use weekly CPR. So if you are a scalper watching this 5-minute price action, then I'm actually taking the daily CPR. So it's very simple. So right now I'm actually going to look at the 4-hour or daily time frame. You can choose in between this one, and what you can do is just click on the setting here, go to the CPR by KGS, right, which we have recently added, and just deselect this one, daily pivots, tomorrow pivots, weekly pivots. So right now what we are using is only the monthly pivots, because monthly pivots has more accuracy. And you can see now it looks a bit cleaner, right? So if you want to enlarge this a bit, you can also use here on the left hand side. So in this case, you can see now you can enlarge it and see exactly your CPS looking like mine as well. So now if you switch the time frame into 4-hour time frame, it doesn't matter, the CPI is going to stay exactly here, guys. And also remember, this CPI is a leading indicator. That's why I said you guys, why before even the month started with this massive move, the final destination was around this 28,600, because this CPI provided me this scenario. That's why if you can use this traditional pivot line, is also a leading indicator, this could be a great help for you. And if you are interested, I was thinking about making a course regarding the CPR indicator and how to use it properly for trading crypto in a daily basis. So if you are interested, then make some noise in the comment section. So now let me show you another chart. So as you can see, yesterday we did talk about this price movement here of Ether in a 4-hour time frame. If the price of Ether is going to break out of this descending broadening wedge, it's going to be a move like this here, right? And if you look at this current scenario, this is exactly what we talked on my yesterday's video as well. The price is seeing a breakout scenario, but right now this pullback is also adding another strong support at the upper line area of this descending broadening wedge. Why? Because you can see here this trend line here, which previously has acted as a resistance, could be another strong support. You can see here resistance all the way here, right? Support, we were unable to find support over it, we did have a pullback, and right now what we are witnessing is also a pullback. So if this pullback is coming a bit lower, then we could also be expecting right now price of Ether coming around 625 620 area, and then a possible breakout scenario in this manner. Because yesterday, if you remember properly, I also showed you this kind of price movement here, this 1 2 3 4 reversal scenario, and this pullback could also make sense, because if that's the case, where we could see a pullback, even if I would delete this upper line of this ascending channel or also this trend line which I just showed you, and looking at this in a bit different way. So if you take the Fibonacci from this swing low till this swing high level, so this pullback could come around this 0.382. This is where we have the support around 615, and also in worst case, what we can also expect this 0.5 being a very strong support. So that's around 600 price level. So if we could find support in between these guys, then I'm actually expecting a move here in this manner. And one thing is very sure, guys, this here, the yearly high for Ether, which was around 677. So if Ether is able to come across this price level and break the yearly high again, right, break this yearly high again, then I'm actually expecting Ether to go completely parabolic, just like what Bitcoin did. So right now everything looks very normal. Even this price pullback looks normal, because we know that this price pullback is actually making support around this area, right? Because we not only have this support from this trend line, we also have this descending broadening wedge upper line, which is going to act as a support at this current stage. So this is what I actually see right now looking at this Ether price in a 4-hour time frame. So in a weekly time frame, as I've already said you guys in yesterday's video, that even if we are not going to see a massive breakout, then I'm more than happy to see a consolidation for Ether before a move like this here to the upside, because this breakout out of this long-term consolidation phase, for example, look at this area when price was finally able to break out of this resistance line, this long-term resistance line. When we had this breakout, we had pullback, and the same previous resistance line, the upper line of this parallel channel, acted as a support, and now we are seeing a move to the upside. And not only that, also this accumulation cylinder from Livermore theory is also playing out very well. So according to him, if we are going to see a pullback around this 0.7 area, this is another indication of a move here in upper duration. But so far you can see long-term consolidation breakout from this parallel channel, and also this breakout here from this parallel channel was confirmed here by the volume what we saw here, right? And not only that, this T3 CCI started entering the positive territory. I mean it must be above the zero level, which is right now still, and also this price here, this price movement is showing a bullish move. So for longer term, I'm still very bullish on Ethereum, guys. So guys, this is what I actually wanted to share with you in today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If that's the case, feel free to hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button if you're watching this for the first time. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye, guys.